Good evening, it's 8 o'clock. I'm Tony Ndoro live from Johannesburg, and in your top stories this evening. Despite reassurance from Rand Water, confusion still remains as to whether residents will have water during a planned 54-hour water shutdown in Johannesburg. Construction of Rustenburg's rapid transport system has ground to a halt after the collapse of the roof at the RRT station. And Zinhle Maditla, the woman accused of murdering her 4 children with rat poison, has been denied bail. All right, we'll catch up with Jeffrey later. Now, don't fear. All is according to plan. That is the message from the city of Johannesburg to residents amid a 54-hour Rand water shutdown. The water utility is installing a new valve as part of a 600 million Rand upgrade, but it's promising that residents, they will not be running out of water at all. Zinhle Maditla filed this report for us.
Rand Water's 54 hours shutdown began on Monday morning. The water utilities once again assuring those in affected areas like the city of Johannesburg, Mogale City and Mfuleni that this doesn't mean that the taps will be running dry.
Rand Water has 2 purification plants. We have Zekerbosch purification plant. We also have Rienegen purification plant. The Zekerbosch, it's not in any way going to be affected, and that's the biggest one. We purify 4,600 megaliters on daily basis.
But there could be low water pressure, and high-lying areas will be most affected. Rand Water has had to do the upgrade in order to respond to an increase in water demand. But what if, for some reason, the shutdown lasts for longer than planned? The city of Johannesburg says not to worry.
The only thing that we will do is we will restrict flow from the reservoirs. That means that we will just simply close our valves a little bit, and that will then just lower the pressure. So decreased pressure, that's the only thing that at this point in time that we will be doing if it goes beyond 54 hours or if our reservoirs are going to run below our minimum acceptable standards.
The message from authorities is there's no need to panic or store extra water. Zinhle Maditla, Johannesburg.
Construction of Rustenburg's rapid transport system has temporarily ground to a halt. It comes after the concrete roof at the RR station collapsed over the weekend. No one was injured. The city has earmarked over 2 billion Rand to revive its integrated public transport system. Zinhle Maditla has more.
This is what's left of the RRT station. The project has been mired in controversy after the municipality ended its contract with a previous service provider due to underperformance.
We then called off all works on our RRT stations, particularly where you have the concrete slabs. This is the case behind us here. Now we have engaged the contractors on site as well as the engineers to come and provide us with a technical expertise of what exactly could have led to that collapse.
A firm has since been appointed to fix the shoddy work while the old contractor is being taken to court.
We have activated all the legal processes necessary to make sure that all the financial losses that the municipality has incurred is recovered. And the process is with the court, and we are hopeful that with the evidence that we have compiled, we will become successful.
But some opposition parties are blaming the council, saying the incident could have been avoided.
It must be a wake-up call to all the political parties in Rustenburg to really stand up and fight for communities and get out of our comfort zone and do what is best for the community. The municipal mayor must be held accountable.
The first phase of the RRT is set to be launched later this year. Rustenburg is one of the fastest growing urban centers in the country. Residents in these areas have been banking on the project to be able to reach their destinations easily. But for now, it seems that have been put on hold. Zinhle Maditla, Rustenburg.
A young Mpumalanga mother who allegedly poisoned her 4 children will remain behind bars until the start of her trial. Bail for Zinhle Maditla has been denied. The 25-year-old accused faces 4 counts of premeditated murder after confessing to killing her children with rat poison. A psychiatric evaluation has deemed her fit to stand trial. Zinhle Maditla was in court.
Applicant's application for bail, it is denied or it is dismissed.
Magistrate Mdumseni Mavuso believes the state has a strong case against Zinhle Maditla. He says she didn't present any exceptional circumstances warranting her release. But he's raised concerns around her confession.
The fact remains that confession was taken in hospital. The confession is questionable.
Maditla's family members say they respect the court's decision.
As family, we are disappointed because we wanted to get bail and come out and be with us and give more support. But yes, we are very disappointed indeed. Anger is still there, but not as much because now we're starting to forgive her and trying to just get over what happened and just be there for her because we've lost our grandkids. We're going to lose her, so we just need to support her and see what's the outcome of the kids.
The community where the crimes took place is still shaken.
Ever since this tragedy happened, to us as a community, it's been difficult to cope with, but we are praying and hoping that such things will never happen in the community again.
A psychiatric evaluation has deemed Maditla fit to stand trial. Her lawyer has revealed a possible defense, though. He wants to argue that while Maditla may have been sane when she committed the murders, she could have been suffering from an emotional disturbance that eliminates criminal liability.
The indictment has been served and the matter is now transferred to the High Court sitting in Middelburg for Maditla's trial, which is set to start in September. Zinhle Maditla, eMalahleni in Mpumalanga.
2 security guards have been shot and wounded at Folweni High School outside Durban, just a week after a teacher was killed at another school in the same area. Safety at KZN schools is under scrutiny once more. Tuba Vilane has more.
It was in the early hours of Saturday morning when 2 security guards came under fire at this school. Both were shot and one was critically injured. The suspect made off with some school equipment.
The security guards, 2 of them were working a night shift, and then round about 3 a.m. in early hours of Saturday, they were approached by unknown suspects who were traveling near Baki, who forced entry to it inside the school. And when they tried to stop them, that is when the suspects fired several shots towards them. Both of them were injured, but one is seriously injured.
This incident follows the killing of a teacher on school grounds in the same area a week and a half before. Authorities are trying to come up with a solution.
We are looking into things like obviously putting security guards in our school gates, properly fencing the schools, establishment of safety structures in our schools, but also working together with the police to ensure that a particular cluster of schools is linked to a particular police station for regular patrol and police visibility.
One of the guards is in a critical condition in hospital, while the other is stable. No arrests have been made. Tuba Vilane, Folweni, KwaZulu-Natal.
And South Africa is celebrating Shawarma Josie's big win at the BET Awards in Los Angeles. She walked away with the Best New International Act award. The Huku superstar made history by becoming the first female South African artist to win a BET. She beat competitors from Nigeria, the UK and France.
I guess for me, my story is a testament that you can be from any village, in any forgotten part of the world, and you can still be a superstar. And like for the girls that come from where I'm from, which is Limpopo, I just want to say you don't have to change who you are and you can still be big.
Nice one. Now stay with us here on eNews. Coming up, with the tourism figures on the rise, Home Affairs are introducing a new e-visa application system. We get reaction to that up next. Now, a new digital system for visa applications is on the cards for October. The e-visa is part of government's overhaul to make it easier for tourists to travel to South Africa, as well as for companies to acquire employees with scarce skills. John Bailey takes a look.
We will make good on our ambition to more than double international tourist arrival to 21 million by 2030. This will be achieved through the renewal of the country's brand, introducing a world-class visa regime, and a significant focus on key markets.
A commitment made by President Ramaphosa during his State of the Nation address that's been well received by business, but more is needed.
We welcome the fact that he said that we will put into place a world-class visa system. But what we would have liked him to say that the current visa regulation that's impeding tourism will be suspended immediately.
Tourism accounts for about a tenth of the economy and employs about 1.6 million people. The latest data shows an increase of more than 4% year-on-year in April. Home Affairs says the new visa system will enable investment. It should also make it more efficient to admit people with scarce skills, and it won't compromise the country's security.
We are now at the stage where we are doing functional testing. Once the functional testing is done, we'll then, do a proper pilot with a few countries. Once that pilot is completed, we'll then be able to, go into production.
Currently, citizens from 59 countries don't need to apply for a visa to visit South Africa, and this figure is set to increase soon. Tourism is a major impetus for growth and job creation, and the e-visa will hopefully make travelling here easier. John Bailey, Pretoria.
All right, it's time to see what the markets look like today. Right, let's bring you some news from over our borders now. 28 people have been confirmed dead after a building collapsed in Cambodia. The 7-story building was under construction in the coastal town of Sihanoukville. Search and rescue operations continue as there are still workers trapped under the rubble. It's still unclear how many are missing or what actually caused the collapse. Facebook says there is no evidence that outside forces such as Russia used the social network to influence Brexit. Head of Global Affairs at Facebook, Nick Clegg, says the network has run 2 full analyses of its data in the run-up to the 2016 referendum. He says no evidence was found of significant attempt by outside forces to influence the vote. Clegg says any claim that that data was used in the Brexit referendum is also false. I will go to Joel Guy, who's standing by at the Weather Center. You can see him there. He'll bring us the weather details. And then she is 65 years old and she trains 5 days a week, and she's about to go head-to-head with the best athletes in the world. We'll tell you what race she'll be competing in after this. Okay, start of the week. It's been chilly. Let's see what Joel Guy has got in store with us with the weather report. Joel, good evening.
Good evening, Tony. Well, the weather was pretty quiet throughout Monday for much of South Africa, but things are already changing for the south coast, where we have this cold front which will be passing throughout the night, introducing rainy weather from the southwest coastline through the Garden Route into the Eastern Cape coastal areas. So we start off Tuesday on a wet note for these parts of the country, another chilly morning for the central areas, and just a bit of cloud for parts of KwaZulu-Natal, Eastern Mpumalanga and Limpopo. Then in the afternoon, it will be mostly sunny for for the bulk of South Africa, but we will see this cold front maintaining wet weather along the east coast as well as the south coast, and then in the evening the cold front will introduce night showers into parts of KwaZulu-Natal and the Mpumalanga province. It will stay fine for the rest of the country. Now, taking it closer to your part of the country, we start with the Northern Cape, where we stay with mostly sunny skies. It will be mild to warm for the northeastern areas, but chilly for the southern parts. Look at Sutherland starting at -2 and peaking at just 13 degrees. The Western Cape should be partly cloudy to cloudy, pretty chilly for most areas, with rain showers for the southern parts of the province. Cape Town, however, should get away with partly cloudy skies and warm to 19 degrees. We are expecting more or less similar weather conditions for the Eastern Cape. It will be cloudy and rainy for the coastal areas, pretty chilly for Makanda as well as Bisho, both peaking at just around 13 degrees. Rain showers are forecast later on in the day for KwaZulu-Natal. It will be cold for the interior but mild for the coastal areas, with highs mostly in the lower 20s. A mostly sunny and cool to mild day is forecast for the Mpumalanga Highveld. It will be warmer as we go towards Mbombela, with a small chance of light rain in the evening. It's going to be partly cloudy and dry for the eastern parts of Limpopo, with pleasantly warm temperatures, mostly sunny for the western areas, where Tawazimbe and Lephalale should peak at around 25 degrees. Largely sunny skies are also forecast for the northwest, where we stay with top temperatures in the lower 20s. We are going to see similar weather over the Free State, where it's going to be cool to cold, with Zerston starting at -4 and peaking at around 13 degrees in the afternoon. Gauteng should see lots of sunshine, a cold morning for Vereeniging. In the afternoon, it will be mild for the province, with highs in the upper teens and lower 20s. Now, just quickly looking ahead to your Wednesday, we are going to see isolated rain and thunder showers over the Free State, the Eastern Cape and Western KwaZulu-Natal. A bit of rain is also focused around Mbombela. Then on Thursday, we are going to see lots of sunshine for much of South Africa, with mild to warm afternoon temperatures. However, it will be partly cloudy for Cape Town, with a chance of light rain late on Thursday night. That's all from me for now, Tony. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, old guy. They're shedding some light in terms of the weather for the next few days. Thank you so much. Now, getting ready for the race of her life, 65-year-old Dot Hunt is training for the Ironman World Championships. She did her first triathlon just 5 years ago. Now, she's going head-to-head with the best athletes on the planet. Michael Marilia has that story.
Dot Hunt is a grandmother. Lots of grannies like to knit. They read. They play games of Scrabble. But Dot is not your average senior citizen. She's getting ready for the Ironman World Championships. This is one of the toughest triathlons on Earth.
World Championship course record, and in second place, the 25-year-old has had another...
If you say to yourself you can do it, you can achieve anything that you set your mind to, and that's what I've done.
Dot trains 5 days a week, every week. She says the elderly can do anything if they believe in themselves.
Don't be negative, don't give up. Life is a gift, and enjoy it, because it's you never know when it can be taken away from you.
The conditions today.
Hundreds of triathletes will compete at the World Champs in October. Some of them are half Dot's age. But age is nothing but a number when you're made of iron. Michael Marilia, Johannesburg.
Okay, let's just recap your top stories for this evening now. Just a week after a teacher was shot dead at a school in Folweni outside Durban, 2 security guards have been shot and injured at the Folweni High School. Despite reassurance from Rand Water, confusion still remains as to whether residents will have water during a planned 54-hour water shutdown in Johannesburg. And construction of Rustenburg's rapid transport system is ground to a halt after the collapse of the roof at the RRT station. And that's it from myself and the team for tonight. Good night.